everybody, welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. I'm Tom. They call me Guitar Tom because, well, I'm often seen with a guitar. And they call me on the phone and they say, hey, man, what's your show about anyway? I say, well, it's about an hour. But guitar players, guitar playing, all things guitaristic. So if you want to call me on the phone, ask me a question about the care and feeding of your guitar, what kind of guitar is right for you. I want to talk about some related topic like the guitarrón, the cítara, guitarra, lutes, uds, vihuelas, banjos, balalaikas, bouzouki, bajos, sextos, tiples, cavaquinhos, banjoleles, guitaleles. You want to talk about anything with strings on it, tromboninas, cellos, or harmoniums, harpsichords, harmonicas, saxophones and sax butts, timbales, timpanis, trombones. Pipe organs, piccolos. What?
Ukuleles?
Well, yeah, ukuleles, banjoleles, anything you can play music on, politics, world events, your own personality problems, that's fine. Keep it clean. This is a family program.
Kazoos?
That's right. Kazoos. What else starts with a K?
What can you tell us about the guitars you brought tonight?
Well, this here is a G&L Stratocaster. However, it's the Legacy, so this is actually an inexpensive one. And relatively high quality, actually. The pickups, I think, are the same ones that they put in the American ones, but the woodwork was done overseas, in Indonesia, I believe. Anyway, so it came into my life used. It's got a little rusty right here, but it's good. The thing that's interesting about it, though, and I'll get into this more in this show later, but it has a bad humming problem. You can't really hear much, but see what I have is I have this little green pedal called a hum debugger. Now, if you are familiar with the story with Scrooge, and the Christmas Carol, Christmas is a humbug. Well, this is a hum debugger, you see, made by the Electro Harmonix company, the same company that made my Holiest Grail reverb pedal. And the thing about it is, if I push it, did anybody have a camera angle on this one here? It's just by my foot here. Is anybody got this one down here?
I've got one.
Switch to Bob's camera over there if you could, or does anybody have a... There we go. This thing here, it's green though. It's got green stripes on it. We have a green screen behind it. But okay, so if I push the button and take it off, if you can hear that, there's a loud humming noise. And it's worse in certain pickups. But it eliminates the hum if I push it on. So now I've eliminated the problem with this guitar. It does change the tone slightly. Anyway, so there's a Electro Harmonix hum debugger, and I can say that because I don't work for the Electro Harmonix company. They don't pay me in any way. It said made in New York City, USA, patent pending. Anyway, now that I'm here, I'm starting to relax a little bit.
But we talk about people who pay you.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay you this weekend?
Well, with a little luck, I'll make a little money down there at Kelowna. But I'll tell you, I just realized that on Saturday I'm not playing at the Tuscan Moon in beautiful town of Kelowna, like on Friday night from 6:30 to 9:30 or 10.
But you will Friday night.
I will be at Friday night. I'll be there. Yeah. I think Saturday night I'm actually doing a pool party at the swimming pool at the University Club, and I think you have to be a member. But if you are a member, you could go hang around the pool, and I think I started at like 5:30 to 7:30 or something like that. Actually, But anyway, so I'll be there. Anyway, so this thing is a hum debugger, and what it does is it debugs the hum, and it takes it away under all of the most extreme circumstances. So anyway. So I've been playing this guitar at home lately, and in my little dark music room. I hear people sing man cave quite a bit these days, calling the place where they hang out their man cave. Yeah. I don't know if it's... is that some sort of sexist thing or whatever?
My daughter and her husband have an area of their house they call the man cave.
See, I wasn't really aware of a man cave until not that long ago in my life, but I guess now it's what they call it. So.
I guess that's something trendy these days.
With
the ute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There you go.
In our generation, they didn't have those.
Yeah. They had a den, I think.
Yeah.
But the den wasn't necessarily
That was kind of a family room, I think.
family room, yeah. I know they call it a den. I mean, a den of iniquity, a lion den.
Well, a man cave is a den with a remote control.
Our officer says a man cave is a den with a remote.
I see. Well, I actually went out to get a small part for my car. It's not a very exciting story. My the visor, the clip that holds the visor in when you move it over there, it broke some time ago, and the thing wobbles around. If you put it down, it sort of. So I didn't like that, and I had to get a new. I couldn't fix it. I couldn't red green it with duct
tape.
Yeah, because it's too hot. It's too hot in the car and stuff, and when it's just sitting in the parking lot. But, so I went out there, and the guy, we were talking about air conditioning. I was waiting for the part to come in. I was talking to the guy out there, we're talking about air conditioning. And because we don't have a whole lot of air conditioning over at our house. Yeah. In fact, the only room that's air conditioned is my music room, where I teach lessons and stuff. And Laura's upstairs with her computers, doing her thing. And it's hotter and blazing.
Generating heat, yeah.
Yeah. Generating heat, and also it's a low ceiling and a lot of roof,
Right.
dark, not quite black, no tar, paper, whatever that's shingles are made out of.
Yeah.
And
Asphalt.
yeah,
Probably.
yeah. So it's pretty hot up there, and I know she never watches the show, so I'll just say she gets a little grouchy and stuff. And I try to hide there. But I was talking about that, and the guy said he put an air conditioner in his garage. Yeah. This is the parts guy, or the service and parts guy, whatever, at the Honda dealer, And he called it. So he put air conditioning in his garage, and he called it his man cave. I said, somebody else has a man cave. Yeah. I started to. I don't want to say that my music room is a man cave, but it is dark in there because once I get the TV lights, I said, there's fingerprints all over this thing. Anyway,
well, how often does your wife venture into the music room? Maybe that is your man cave.
She doesn't go in there much. She could hang out there more if she wanted to. She'd have to watch me fooling around with guitars.
Yeah. Well, when it's 90 degrees out, I'd think she might.
You think so, but she doesn't. You don't know what kind of music I play when I'm at home, though. Anyway, I don't know.
Probably all Hank Williams when you're home, isn't it?
Was it it's White Yoakum? It won't hurt when I fall down off this bar stool. It won't hurt when I stumble in the street. It won't hurt at all, 'cause whiskey eases misery. But even whiskey can't ease the misery or the pain that you're leaving me. Wonder why she left him. Never mind. Anyway, I had a little look going. I think I better play that before we go any farther with this, my nonsense. wouldn't want to go through my life without having at least 2 Stratocasters. Maple and rosewood.
You don't settle for at least, right?
Yeah.
Do you know right offhand how many Stratocasters you have?
Well, it depends on how you count Stratocasters. 3 or 4, I guess. Basically 4, I guess. You know. But so one is a genuine, made in Corona, California, Fender Stratocaster. You know, real thing. It's you know, it was made in the Fender factory in 1995, and which is what I thought it was approximately because I had it for a long time. But I looked it up, and it was in fact 1995. So that was one, and then let me switch guitars. And then I have a Mexican one, which is made down the coast on the Baja Peninsula somewhere, Mexico, which is so the
That
American
still has
one.
the Fender name on it.
It still says Fender Stratocaster on it, and it just says made in Mexico somewhere.
Yeah.
It's slightly cheaper in some ways, but it's a pretty good guitar. And it has the rosewood fingerboard. The American one has the maple one, so it's you know, it's just, you know, the color of the back of this neck. It's all just one piece of wood. It's all shiny though, and kind of cool to the touch. Very hard rock maple from Canada. And so there's 2 Fenders. Then I have a Snow guitar, which I think I had another Snow guitar, the Telecaster.
Yeah, you were telling us about a Snow a couple weeks ago,
Yeah,
I think.
well, I have a Stratocaster. It's candy apple red, but it has a Jackson-style neck, so the headstock is a different shape.
Yeah.
It was off at an angle, and it doesn't have this sort of contour. So I have that. So that's the 3rd one, and this would be the 4th one. This is a G&L, which is an American company, but the woodwork was done in Indonesia. And I have 2 other G&L guitars, both Telecasters. One was made in Indonesia with American parts. The other one was made in California at the G&L factory or whatever. And G&L was George and Leo. So Leo Fender, after he sold his name, started another company. I think he actually started Music Man, and then he later started G&L for George and Leo. His partner was some guy named George or something, as the lore goes. So it's, you know, it was, and Leo Fender is departed. Shrugged off this mortal coil, but anyway, so I mean his, but it was his company. So anyway, let me say, so I have 2 Fenders, I have a Snow and a G&L Stratocaster, so, and I have a similar number of Telecasters of various kinds too. One Mexican Fender Telecaster, which I've had on the show a couple times, has it has like Les Paul pickups, so it's a very unusual Telecaster. I had the one I brought last week, which is a Canadian Snow, but it's Telecaster copy, sort of, with a Jackson-style neck. Then I have a G&L made in California in the G&L company, and then I have another G&L which is made in Indonesia with American pickups, but has P90s on it if you guitar nerd. So somebody would ask you, why would you need 4 different Telecasters? And I say, well, they're all very different. They all sound very different. They all play different. It's a subtle difference, but you know, it's like, you know, like cars. You know, maybe you want a 2-door coupe, right? Maybe you want a 4-door sedan. Maybe you want a station wagon. Maybe you want something with 4-wheel drive, you know, and a high center of gravity. You can call them all cars. Maybe none of them are really a Jeep or a truck, but they're all, you know, different. You know, one, you got a bunch of kids and diaper bag and stuff like that. You want the station wagon, right? But if you only want a 2-door because you either drive alone or with one other person, and you want the comfort and classiness. You know, it's like you want for different purposes. Maybe you want to make an impression when you show up. You know, so it's like the guitar. You say, well, how many? Well, you can say, how many Stratocasters do you want? To which I say, how many you got?
Yeah. How many are there?
Yeah. Anyway. I would say also the Canadian ones have ebony fingerboards, and which I think I might have nattered on about on the show last week. And that's very different from the maple and the rosewood. Rosewood is kind of soft and warm to the touch, and the rock maple is hard and cold to the touch. And ebony is hard but warm to the touch.
And what's this guitar?
This is a DBZ. I've had it in the show a couple of times, maybe once or twice. I've had it for a while. And I was just playing it last night. Trying to dust it off a little bit more. It's excellent. But it's very different. Let's see, if I turn off my hum debugger, what happens? Not much.
Oh, I heard the difference.
Not much of a difference. This has humbuckers. And when I was nattering on about my different Telecasters, one of them has pickups like this. This is like Les Paul style. These are double coil pickups under this, metal housing. So I have this one tricked out as I have jazz guitar strings. They're soft. They're flat wound, as in they're wound with a tape, metal tape, as opposed to a ribbon, as opposed to wire. Because this one's all like, you can hear that at home, but it's crunchy. It's like it's wound with wire, and this is flat wound. So I might go back to the other kinds of strings on it, but right now I'm kind of grooving on this. This is like a friendly little jazz guitar. never mind. I'm just fooling around now. I'm just fooling around now. I've been fooling around this show for like almost 20 years now. It's like, you know.
As we always say, we're going to keep doing it until we get it right.
Yeah.
Job
Well,
security.
That's job security. You probably never get it right. I don't think people expect that much from Tom's Guitar Show. Although I do, you know, I have a couple of people who are like, occasionally I hear from somebody from somewhere really far away, like Boston or someplace.
Well, we are on the internet, right?
Yeah, and I mean, a couple of things about that. I mean, one thing is people used to watch my show years ago when they were in college, and now they've gone off in the world somewhere. So they check me out on YouTube or whatever, or on the Tom's Guitar Show. Allthingsguitartom.com is my website now.
That's where the show can be seen if you're far, far away.
That's right. Or you can probably see it live on patv.tv if they're streaming it.
Yeah, when we're live, they can see us on PATV.
Well, we hope they can. That crashes a lot for some reason, but you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I know when I was being the desert correspondent, I often couldn't get the show.
Yeah, well, that's the way things don't always work, you know.
Yeah.
Like the poet Bob Dylan said, everything is broken.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Or as Murphy said, anything can go wrong will.
at the worst possible time. Yeah. It's true.
Ask Tom to announce, we have a week-old graphic. It says July 9th, but Tom could mention that actually July today, I forget what today is.
I can hear him just fine through that headset over there.
It is the 16th.
Yeah. Well, yeah. In case anybody thinks they're in a time warp.
Yeah, we're in a slightly different time zone here.
Yeah.
We are, in fact, live.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. And today is July the 16th.
Yeah. All day. And if you're watching this and it's not the 16th, it's like, let's see, it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the 19th, then you're watching the rerun on Friday night and it's not live. You're watching the rerun and it will be on. You could be watching this at 11 and something on Friday night. I mean, you could. I mean,
Or maybe we're making this all up. Maybe we're sitting on the beach with our toes in the water, running tape.
No, this is live.
the other thing, though, is this could be, you could be watching this on the internet and this show could be 5 years old. I mean, you know. I got stuff on YouTube. We've kind of revived the Tom's Guitar Show channel on YouTube because I had these kind of rude comments and stuff, and I just thought I don't need this, and I kind of like just didn't deal with my YouTube channel. But we've been uploading these shows on the channel, so you can watch though not full episodes, but like clips from 6 years ago, and some of those have like 150,000 views of something I played. So it's conceivable that you could be watching this in 5 years or 6 years, and who knows? By that time,
We may have all shuffled off this mortal coil.
I hope not. We could all get in my little car go for pizza to celebrate the 20th anniversary or something like that, and get run over by a bus or something.
Right.
Try to cross the tracks at the wrong time or something like that, and then here we are, all full of life. Or well,
Race a train to the intersection and hit the caboose.
yeah.
Or I guess they don't have cabooses anymore.
They don't. That's too bad.
Thanks to the wonders, if somebody was watching at home just now, they would have seen two people walk by the door. One is Jason, one of our technicians here, and Avis, who was right behind him. So Jason popped by the office, or the control room. I brought him in. I told him about the date. Got right on it. We got to change. So now if you're watching at home, we've got the 16th. But it's
look at that.
So it's the family over here at PATV. We're all helping each other out and getting things done, and so.
Well, I certainly hope so.
So
anyway, actually, yeah. Actually, people are quite helpful here.
So our thanks to Jason and the PATV staff.
That's right. Well, without them, we wouldn't have a show, would we?
We'd be doing this out on the corner up on the Ped Mall.
That's what I was going to say. We're just standing in the park,
Yeah.
I've seen College Green Park standing on a park bench with my guitar. Sing, playing my theme. Hey everybody, welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. And people go, "Oh, there's that guy." Then the police would come, and I don't know. Anyway, so this is a DBZ Royale.
I think as long as you don't take electric amplification with you, you can go play in the park.
Yeah.
I think you have to have a permit if you're amplified, but other than that, you can play an instrument.
They were changing the rules or something. I have 2 battery-powered amplifiers, and one of them distorts a little bit, but it sounds good in headphones. Except last night I was trying to play this one that I'm about to play in about a minute, this other guitar, and I was trying to play quietly, so I plugged in headphones. And playing electric guitar in headphones is great because if you like if I turn the volume off, if I play electric guitar in headphones, I'd be going like. People are trying to sleep, Now, inside my headphones sounds like that. That's overloading. Anyway, I'm going to change guitars again, though, just for in my constant search to try to make it more interesting. Now, one thing that happened there was I was starting to distort when I played louder. Because these pickups are double coil and they're a lot hotter than the single coil that were on the Stratocaster. So what happened there was that but if I play really loud on it, the gain, there's 2 volume knobs. There's the gain and the volume. And one is kind of like, there are different sides of the amplifier, basically. So if I turn up the gain there, it'll fatten up this guitar and make it sound good. But these other ones with the double coils, they'll be like too loud and they'll distort. And so, all right. Now this monster, which
that kind of looks like a rock and roll guitar.
it just kind of does look like a rock and roll guitar. It looks kind of like a cross between some
Got
sort
a
of
racing stripe up the middle of it.
Yeah, this kind of rotten wood on it. It's really kind of fancy. It's a cross between a Gibson and a Gretsch, and it's another DBZ. So the story that I heard, sorry, I'm losing my voice. The story I heard about Dean is that Dean Zielinski, Dean of Dean Guitars, sold his company. Kind of reminds me of the Fender story. Sold his company and started another company. So this is DBZ, Dean B with his middle initials Z for Zielinski. So this is one of his. This is much. That's really hot. Needs a little tuning too. I seem to have lost my tuning fork. We strung this last night in the wee hours. Anyway, this is another Dean. Now they have Seymour Duncan pickups on. They used to have their own pickups, but these are Seymour Duncans, double coil humbuckers. You can see these are exposed. You can actually see the two pickups side by side, as opposed to the other guitar where it was under a metal, what do you call it, cowling or whatever. But you can see the 2 pickups together. So these are double coils, and this is pretty good. Let me take off the hum debugger to see what I get. I don't hear anything.
Nope.
Look at it. Now I have just one pickup. Nothing. So it doesn't need. I mean, this is does not hum at all. So anyway. Well, that's good, clean fun, but I gotta stretch my strings. There you go. Oh boy. So anyway, I never plugged this guitar into that amp before. When I got this guitar restrung, I was doing it all in headphones at home, and so. So the thing about this amp, which I've only had here a couple times, this amp sometimes, only when it really matters, it'll cut out on me, for some reason. I got it. It was fairly inexpensive in a pawn shop, and they were having a 20% off sale. So it was like $125. I got it for $100, which is, it was like $450 new or something like that. So I mean, you never can tell if you're going to get a good deal or not in a pawn shop. I kind of know what I'm looking for, because I don't often go to the pawn shop, but but I know a lot about buying guitars and things. I'm an expert on buying guitars. In fact, very few people. You'd have to actually be like a guitar buyer for a music store to know more about buying guitars than I do, because I've got a habit.
But in 08 or 09, when they were having all the layoffs out in Las Vegas, they showed some guy at a pawn shop with a guitar and amp he'd paid $4,000 for it. He was getting $500 for it at a pawn shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. That's how it goes sometimes, but.
He needed money to get home.
Yeah. Well, this thing's really dirty. It's got dusty now, but it was really dirty when I got it, But I knew what it was, and it worked. But the only thing is, it cuts out on me sometimes, so I don't usually take it out of the house. It's I just use it to teach lessons with and stuff. Like here, if the amp cuts out for me, it'll come back. It always comes back. But if it cuts out on me in the middle of playing something, I'll just tell some jokes, because this is just it's just PATV. I mean, you don't expect much from me here. But if I were, playing someplace out there in the stage and people are there, waiting, it's in the audience and stuff like that. I mean, it would be embarrassing. I couldn't tell jokes there. I don't tell jokes when I'm gigging.
I was watching big-time professional network TV talk show, and a guest came on, and the microphone wasn't working. Mm-hmm. So whatever the story they were telling was, they put up a still picture, and then when they took the still picture back, she had a microphone that worked.
Mm-hmm. I see.
And they mentioned that on the air. They said whoever the prop man or the sound man was, they claimed he was trying to get some camera time by running out and changing the mic. But
oh, I see. They wouldn't let him.
But they didn't show him.
I see. Oh well, everybody's trying to get 15 seconds of fame. So.
Well, they get paid for that.
Oh, the camera.
Anytime they show up on camera, they get paid for that.
I see. Well, curses.
Unlike us.
Well, Bob, you get paid just as much as I do.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we here on the crew get paid as much as the star on this show.
That's right. I'd double your salary every week if you want. Well, let's see what I can do with this sound here. Since we've come this far, and I'm playing this red thing here. So this amp has a bunch of different sounds it does. I mean, it has amp modeling on it. It has a tube to warm it up and stuff, and transistors also. But it has amp modeling, so I can actually do different kinds of amps. So let's see what we have here. I just unplugged myself. Oh, no. Okay, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it down before I plug it in. There's a first time for everything in there, huh?
Now, this is the way people out there watching should do it.
That's right. That's bypass. So here's a boutique. I don't like that one. Here's a blackface. This is it sounds like an old Fender Tweed amp. All I did was turn it up a little bit there. Here we have here's a Vox AC 15. Here's AC 30. Yeah, okay. These are English amps, you see. I've gotten away from the American amps, and I'm doing the English. This Vox is an English company, so. UK 70s. Actually, I'm trying not to do any copyrighted material. But if you research Led Zeppelin, the band Led Zeppelin, they stole Stairway to Heaven. So the actual tune I played was folk song. They plagiarized their first album, apparently. It's well known. I didn't know, but I do now. And I followed down all links and listened to the earlier songs. Like Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, Joan Baez did a few years earlier. And she credited it to a woman who recorded like 10 years before that, folk singer. So Led Zeppelin was like the greatest cover band, but unfortunately, they signed their name to it. So I'm trying not to do any copyrighted material, but I figured Stairway to Heaven is public domain. So
some guy sued Paul McCartney for plagiarism, for stealing a tune.
Yeah.
And Paul beat the rap because he had stolen the tune, but it was from some classic.
Oh, it was like classical music?
Like Beethoven or somebody,
yeah. Right. Well, these are definitely not... these are definitely like folk songs or somebody else singer-songwriter's work or American blues musician or something like that. I went through the whole list of them. Anyway, it's very interesting. Anyway, this is a UK 70s. That's actually not bad. See, the thing is, a guitar and the amp are like I could plug this guitar into that amp and set it the way I like it, and it'll sound great. I could plug the other guitar in there, and it would be like completely different, and I wouldn't like it. I have to find the right match, and I have to dial up the right sound. It's kind of a complicated thing. I mean, for me, if you only have one guitar and one amp, it's pretty easy to figure it out, I suppose. But anyway, okay. So that was UK 70s. Here's UK as in United Kingdom. 80s. Sounds about right for this guitar, the way the guitar looks, but of course I'm holding up like a classical guitar because... All right, what else do we have? We have, UK Modern. That's about what you want, isn't it? If you want to make a pest of yourself in a bar and have everybody hold up their lighters or something. By the way, now they have an app on the iPhone or the smartphones. It looks like a cigarette lighter, like a Zippo, flaming.
Well, they won't let you have a lighter so many places nowadays.
You hold up your phone and with the lighter thing on it anyway.
Right, so they got those glow sticks a lot of places.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, it's all fake anyway. I think that's UK Modern. All right. I'm afraid of this one. This is called New Metal. It's also crunchy and nasty and obscene, but it's a little different. It's a different kind of crunchy nastiness.
Do you do the Star Spangled Banner in that style?
I'd rather do the American, the beautiful. Anyway, here we go. This is U.S. High Gain. So this is American. Still different. See? I see the little Vox amps. That's part of the music.
Our control room says there goes Uptown Billsley's.
That's right. Well, there goes the neighbors, yeah. This is Boutique Overdrive. And actually, these all sound a little different. I don't, probably, people can't probably tell at home. Well, they all change the channel anyway, but... Actually, I was paraphrasing Eric Clapton. I'm trying not to do any copyrighted material because, everybody's so uptight about that stuff now. You know what I'm saying?
I see somebody's filed a suit against Warner Music. They claim Happy Birthday should be public domain.
Yeah, it should be.
I don't know how they're going to prove that in their lawsuit, but
Well, somebody composed it. They probably bought the rights to it
yeah.
a long time ago.
Well, there's a pair of sisters that are supposedly
A pair of sisters wrote it,
wrote "Good Morning to You" to that tune,
yeah.
and now Warner Music has the copyright.
Yeah. Good morning to you. We're all in our places with bright shining faces. Huh. Something like that.
Yeah.
I used to do my dog and my cat would be like looking at me expectantly, in the morning. Good morning to you. We're all in our places with with soft furry faces. I forget. Anyway, yeah. But the thing about like Happy Birthday is it's become a the thing you have to sing to people. It's a tradition, and supposedly every time you sing that,
Well, yeah. If you sing for commercial purposes, you're supposed to pay a royalty to Warner Music.
Right. But so what happens if you? If like in the old days when I was a mariachi with Raimundo, we'd go up to people's tables and sing for them. It'd be their birthday. They'd be drinking margaritas at the Papa Juan's or someplace.
Well, the restaurant probably paid a copyright fee to what is it, ASCAP or
The ASCAP BMI, yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I suppose. Huh. Maybe they didn't go for live music, though, I know. The other thing I wonder is, like, about the international thing, because I think, Marcus, the mandolin player, he and I were thinking about doing a record of old Shoro stuff from the 30s and stuff. But, yeah.
I'm wondering if the American Medical Association had to pay a royalty, because they recommend, as far as hand washing, they recommend that you wash your hands for the length of time it takes to sing Happy Birthday. So did they have to pay a royalty? Or do you have to pay a royalty to wash your hands?
Can you wash your hands? Got to give somebody a quarter or something?
Maybe. I just bought some minutes for my phone yesterday, maybe. Anyway, Iowa now, there's a 33-cent 911 fee when you buy minutes for a cell phone in Iowa now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I didn't know that. Well, I got to buy minutes for my phone.
I never did before, but yesterday it was on there.
Huh. Hang on. You got track phone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what kind of economy we're dealing with here. Oh, I missed a call, and I've got, let's see who called me first. 515. Well,
That's
I
Des
don't know who
Moines,
that
isn't
is.
it? Or out in that direction.
That's Des Moines, isn't it? Yeah. Who called me from Des Moines? Anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna, okay,
Western Iowa, anyway.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll call him back. But in the meantime, I have 7 service days left on my track phone. So I buy, I get go $20 at a time, and because I don't really want to talk to anybody very much. 93.9 minutes. So I'm going to give them extra 33 cents when I buy my $20 worth of minutes.
Yeah. I buy it a year at a time because it works out. If you buy a year and 400 minutes, it works out to $8.25 a month, which is pretty cheap telephone.
It's pretty cheap, but I will say that at $19 and whatever after tax, it's well over $21. So it's not like $7 a week or $7 a month. Excuse me for me now. So I'm actually paying less than you. I'm paying like $4 a year less than you are. So.
And always up to now, I always bought it in July or August because they had bonus minutes.
Yeah.
So I put in the promo code for my bonus minutes this time, and they said, you've used that the maximum number of times, you don't get the bonus minutes. Of course, I got more minutes than I ever use anyway, but
That's right.
but they didn't give me the bonus minutes this time. They said I've used it the maximum number of times.
I see. come back.